TikTok, I'm asking for your help. I'm at the county jail and I came here with my husband to pay some debt, and there were ICE agents outside and we didn't notice, and when we were walking out of the county jail, they were waiting right there in the corner and they just took him from me, and I'm asking for help. We have 5 kids that need their dad. Please help me.
Excuse my language, but to that I say fuck ICE and fuck the Trump administration.
If you voted for that orange man and you are now saying, this is not what I voted for, this is not what I voted for, this is quite literally exactly what you voted for. And if you truly did not think that this was going to happen by electing that man into office, then you are willingly uneducated and ignorant. And I suggest next time you think about voting in an election, you educate yourself other than watching Fox News. Yeah.
Republican Representative Kat Cammack needed an abortion, so she had one. She got one. You want to know how she got one? She called the governor's office. Because the medical professionals in Florida know that the 6-week total abortion ban is in place, and they didn't know what to do. So she called the governor's office, and the governor's office told those healthcare providers, it's totally okay, give her an abortion, you're not going to lose your license, you're not going to lose anything, you're not going to lose your jobs, give her the abortion that she needs to save her life. So if you're super privileged, then you can get an abortion that's going to be life-saving. You can have access to health care that's necessary for women. This happens all the time, by the way. Miscarriages, hemorrhaging, ectopic pregnancies, all reasons to need an abortion for a health care reason to save somebody's life. But unless you're privileged and you can call the governor's office, there might be a murky gray area that might be causing confusion where your provider can't just make that determination based off their expertise and knowledge and their medical license. A Republican needed an abortion, so she got one, while actively voting against other women's rights to their health care.
Like, seriously, I do not even expect you guys to cry. I do not even expect you guys to share a little bit of tears, because this was what you guys voted for. I'm sure that a lot of you that voted for Trump never imagined that his administration was ever going to affect you in any way. Maybe your thoughts were like that Trump administration was going to affect some people, why it might not affect some people, and maybe you might be part of the people that is not going to affect. Maybe that was you people's thoughts before voting for him. Is what you guys voted for. So why looking for empathy? Why crying out for help? Oh my goodness. Well guys, welcome back again to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So guys, let's watch the remaining clip of this video and let me know what are your thoughts. Let me know what to think about them in the comment section, and I will be coming back to talk more about it.
The worst thing about Trump's presidency isn't Trump and what we learned about him. It's what we learned about our friends and our family.
Case, the biggest mistake the Latinos made was they aligned themselves with white supremacy racism. You got dark brown Mexicans who voted for Donald Trump, knowing that Donald Trump specifically said we're going to deport these people. Now they fooled themselves into thinking, oh no, he doesn't mean us. Yes, the hell he did mean you. And now you want to cry and complain because black folks are not sitting out there with you on the front lines getting beat up.
You have to commit to MAGA. You have to commit to being America first during times like this. Being a moderate and definitely voting Democrat is not the solution. If you disagree with Donald Trump, welcome to being human. Unfortunately, what happened last night with Iran was probably the worst night of my life because I am so against everything that involves creating controversy, specifically in the Middle East. The damage is done. And me jumping ship, you jumping ship to be a moderate, you know, to being a Democrat, like that's not a solution either.
What a charmed life you've led. The worst night of your life comes as a result of the administration that you hero worship doing something that you disagree with. Holy. This is like if I went to McDonald's and ordered a Big Mac and the cashier threw 3 bricks at me, and in response I go, well, this is better than Burger King. What the fuck are you? Your acknowledgement that this administration, who you support with cult-like behavior, is doing something directly antithetical to what they told you that they were going to do. And given that information, you don't go to them and say, I disagree with you, you're going to lose my support if you continue to do this. You go, I disagree with you, I'm going to support you regardless, no matter what happens ever. Never woke is way too on the nose. You've chosen the most apt fucking title for yourself you could have possibly done.
Well, why don't you debate MAGA? I'll tell you why. It's because I would sooner kick a wall with toothpicks under my fucking toenails than spend 10 minutes listening to one of you sister-kissing motherfuckers tell me about how dinosaurs aren't real because the Bible said so, and it's okay to be racist because the orange man said so. Fuck that. I'm gonna call you a crazy fucking racist, tell you to get fucked, and we're gonna move on. Because there are more important things going on right now than me, a washed-out high school debater who uses the word fuck like a comma, winning an intellectual pissing match against you, a crazy fucking racist. You can't logic someone out of a position that they didn't logic themselves into. So when someone holds a position that's based purely on greed or bigotry, the only way to get them out of that position is to appeal to their greed or bigotry. And I'm gonna do neither of those fucking things. So instead, I'm gonna spend my time and my platform calling out the terrible shit that's going on, calling out the people who support it for what they fucking are, and trying to help people maybe feel a little bit of hope and a little less alone during all this awful shit, instead of amplifying and platforming the worst voices this side of the fucking planet under the grounds of potentially changing their non-changeable minds. It's not fucking worth it for me. No shade to anybody who does it, because in fact, you guys have the patience of a fucking saint. But if you're looking for the intellectual blood sport that MAGA debating is, you're not gonna fucking find it here.
All right, Trumpers, I've never seen this in all of my life. Donald Trump, a president of the United States, which kids look up to, a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers inspired to be presidents, says, fuck you. I can't believe it. He said those words, and he said that Israel has been dropping bombs like he's never seen before, and fuck them. And I'm like, are you serious? We have a president that's talking like this? It's beyond me. And what is more sickening is all the MAGA freaks out here think that that's okay and that behavior is okay. Donald Trump does not know how to run a country. He doesn't know how to run a business. What makes you think he knows how to run a country? 15 failed businesses, 6 bankruptcies, a 34 convicted felony. He's had multiple sexual issues in court. Stormy Daniels, he's had to pay money to, $8 million, and you think that he knows how to run a country, much less a war, and now he's saying, fuck you, on national TV, and all these kids are hearing it? It's a disgrace and it's a shame.
Do you guys think that these people deserve an empathy? Do you guys think that they need pity from us? Because all the things that are happening right now, they are the architect of it. Yeah, it was because of their votes, especially the Latinos. They are the major reason why a lot of things are happening right now. And now they are not crying out for empathy, looking for help. Like a lot of them never imagined that Trump administration was ever going to affect them. Maybe that was their thoughts. Just imagine the first clip of this video. That woman was crying because her husband has been detained by ICE. Oh my goodness. Guys, let me know what are your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section.
And somebody in the White House needs to take Trump and sit his ass the fuck down.
And Trump, why is you announcing this shit to us like we got something to do with this shit?
And I'm trying to figure out when the fuck did Americans started speaking French, because bitch, we ain't bought my motherfucking thing.
Life already hard, now we gotta worry about this bullshit. Ever since you stepped foot in the motherfucking White House, you ain't did nothing but cause motherfucking chaos.
We ain't got got nothing to do with that. Stop fucking talking to us, having them folks over there thinking that we with you. Iran, we not with him. We don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with us, for real.
This what happen when you have a reverse albino raccoon eyes orange ass uneducated bitch in a motherfucking office. You bitches said y'all was voting for politics. These the politics y'all vote for?
I'm not getting out there and fighting no motherfucking body. I'm on Iran's side.
Trump, why? Why, bro? Why you carry your ass over there fucking with them folks? God damn it. Iran already done told us. They been telling us since your last motherfucking presidential run. Bitch, don't come over here with this bullshit.
Iran, whenever you see this motherfucking video, it wasn't me. It was Trump and Shamar.
I'm on their motherfucking side. Fuck the U.S. I don't give a damn.
And what you do? Take your motherfucking ass over there with that bullshit. Iran already been showing they ain't fucking playing. They mean business. They standing on what the fuck they talking about. Trump? What?
Any two times you on the same political side as a motherfucker that's built like an uneven and cursive S, you just as fucked up as them. But then again, Trump can't read, Shamar can't read. Trump can't spell, Shamar can't spell. MAGA, where you bitches at?
Did you take your ass over there and bomb them people? Iran, look, we ain't got shit to do with that. If you want the address, I promise you, if y'all got an iPhone, Apple Maps, that motherfucker, it's nothing. Quit.
We had a diplomatic deal with Iran that was entered into in 2015 that was limiting their nuclear program peacefully, without having to bomb them, without having to kill civilians, without having to assassinate scientists. The United States, together with other nations, used the power of congressional sanctions, Congress did this well, to leverage an agreement whereby Iran agreed, and in the first sentence of the first paragraph of the first page of the agreement, Iran reaffirmed that it would, quote, never seek to purchase, acquire, or develop nuclear weapons. And in the body of that agreement, Iran agreed to a whole series of limitations upon nuclear research, nuclear activity, centrifuge construction, the percentage of enriched uranium it was allowed to have, and also Iran agreed to the most comprehensive inspection regime of any nation on the planet overseen by the International Atomic Energy Agency to ensure that they were meeting their requirements, that they would never seek to purchase, acquire, develop nuclear weapons, and that they would abide by the limits on centrifuges and the limits on enriched uranium and other activities. The agreement was working. Don't take it from Senator Kaine. The International Atomic Energy Association said the agreement was working. The allies and adversaries, Russia and China, were part of this deal, as were the UK and France and Germany. Those who worked on the deal said the agreement was working. It wasn't turning Iran from a bad actor to a good actor. It wasn't stopping all of Iran's bellicose behavior, but it was limiting the very nuclear program that is now trying to be bombed out of existence. We had an agreement that was working. President Trump became president in January of 2017, and he said, I don't like the agreement that President Obama did. I want to get out of it. President Trump's own cabinet, his Secretary of Defense, Jim Mattis, said, don't get out of this agreement, it's working. His Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, don't get out of this agreement, it's working. His National Security Advisor, H.R. McMaster, a former general, don't get out of this agreement, it's working. For God's sake, we have used diplomacy just as we are supposed to, by preferring peace and diplomacy first, to deprive Iran of a path to a nuclear weapon. Shouldn't we prefer diplomacy rather than putting at risk the life of American troops, the 40,000 troops who are in the Middle East? So what happened to the diplomatic agreement? President Trump started to talk about abandoning it. I wrote a piece in Time magazine in 2017, and I said, if you abandon this agreement when it's working, what will Iran do? They'll go back to developing nuclear weapons. Because if the U.S. backs out of it, they will as well. If you abandon this agreement, North Korea will never do a nuclear deal with the United States, because why do a deal with the United States if the United States is going to abandon the deal even when it's working? President Trump didn't listen to me. He didn't listen to his Secretary of State. He didn't listen to his Secretary of Defense. He didn't listen to a lot of people in his administration. He tore the deal up. And Mr. President, what a tragedy. You have Israeli civilians who have been killed in the Iranian missile attacks, who have nothing to do with the military, and Iranian civilians who have been killed in missile attacks who have nothing to do with the military. They would be alive today. And 40,000 U.S. troops in the region would be safe today if we had decided to act in accord with our values and put diplomacy first and prefer peace over war. That's water under the bridge. But the question for this body that we will grapple with over the course of the next couple of weeks is whether the United States should be in another war in the Middle East. In particular, whether we should allow a war to start without us, whether we should hide in the tall grass rather than exercise our constitutional responsibility under Article 1. This is fundamentally a debate about Congress being true to its oath of office, and actually also being true to the obligations we have to our public. The framers put this in the Constitution so that we wouldn't be at war without a debate in front of the public. They had a view about the morality of war, and I think their view was basically this: there would be nothing more publicly immoral in the public space than to send troops into harm's way, risking death, if Congress was too chicken to have a debate and vote about whether the war was in the national interest. If we have that debate and we decide that war is in the national interest, then the troops go into war knowing that the civilian leadership of this country have had the hard debate in view of the American public and have decided that the stakes are sufficient to ask people to make the ultimate sacrifice. But how dare we, and I say this as a father of a United States Marine, how dare we ask people to make the ultimate sacrifice if we don't have the guts to have a debate and decide whether a war is in the interest of this country? I know what the American public thinks about this. There was a poll that was released today, and this is completely consistent with what I've heard from Virginians, and Virginia is one of the most pro-military states in this country. I'm on the Armed Services Committee. 1 out of every 8 Virginians is a veteran. That's not 1 out of every 8 adults. That's 1 out of every 8 Virginians is a veteran. And you had active duty, and you had the Guard, you had the Reserve, and you had the civilian DOD, and the military contractors and their families. We train all the Marine officers in the world. We have the biggest shipbuilding enterprise in the world. We have the Pentagon, the largest military office in the world. We've been the site of more battles on U.S. soil than any state in this country in Virginia. Revolutionary War, Civil War, the attack on 9/11 at the Pentagon. We are as pro-military state as there is, but I can tell you this: Virginians do not believe the United States should be in another war in the Middle East. Neither do Americans. A poll today suggests 16% of Americans think the U.S. military should get involved in a conflict between Israel and Iran. 16%. 60% say we should not. 24% are not sure. We need to have this debate in front of the American public. Let them watch us debate the stakes of this. And it might be that colleagues in this body or in the House think a war with Iran is a good idea. Let them put a war authorization on the table. Let's debate that. Let's debate that in front of Virginians and Kansans and Californians and hear what our constituents have to say. Let's debate that in the full view of people whose spouses are in the military or whose kids are in the military. Let's have that debate in front of them and hear what they think before we cast a vote that would be one of the most serious votes that you ever cast on the floor of a body like this. But we should not allow a war of the magnitude of this to begin with Congress hiding from the responsibility that was put on Congress's shoulders in 1787. I will be asking my colleagues to support my simple resolution as early as next week: no war without a vote of Congress. I will be asking my colleagues to support it and uphold the oath we've all taken to support the Constitution that established that most unusual principle, most unique principle that is part of what makes this nation special. With that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.
Imagine this woman crying out and begging for help. Like, what did she even expect us to do? What did she expect us to do? I remember before the election or during the election, like God sent a lot of people to educate these people. God sent them to them so that they can educate them to let them know what they were voting for, what they were venturing into. Yeah, because there is a way God sent help to someone. But what did they do? They called these people the minor. So they in turn call them the minors, the illiterate, the uneducated people, people who are classless, people who know nothing. And right now, look at the way the eyes are detaining them. Just imagine, a lot of families has been separated from their children. Imagine this woman crying. She went to the school and they never imagined that eyes was going to come for them. They never imagined that at all. There was this particular video that I posted yesterday. This lady cried out and she was like begging that people should help her, that her brother has been detained. According to her, she said that they came to the US in a legal way, that her brother have all his paper, all his document, he has everything, but he was being detained. Yeah, and they are not even giving her listening ear, because I remember Trump promised you guys that he was going to be deporting only the undocumented immigrants, the illegal immigrants, and those people with criminal record. But as it stands right now, as long as your skin color is different, oh my goodness, deportation and detention is just going to be the next thing. Oh my God, like, I can't believe you guys actually voted for this. I can't believe that we are doing this right now. Yeah, people warned you. You guys, like, I will keep on reminding you guys how you voted. How you voted ignorantly, how you voted against your own interest. Like, how can you even vote against yourself? And Trump made it clear that there was going to be a mass deportation. He said it clearly, like he never hid it at all. He said it open, and a lot of you guys had it. You guys had it and you still went ahead and vote. Oh my goodness, there was this particular video that I watched where this man was like, oh, why I voted for Trump was because of the economical problem, that things are so expensive. And I was like, what are you even saying? How can you say that you are voting for him because of cheaper grocery, where you are not even sure if you are going to remain in that country? You are not even sure if you are still going to remain there after his victory. And you are not saying like you are, that you voted for him because of things are expensive. Oh my goodness, I can't make this up, guys. Oh my God, like, you were supposed to consider yourself. You were supposed to put yourself first before saying that it was because of things are expensive. Just imagine. And they asked this man, are you not scared that you might get deported after Trump go into the White House? And he was like, yes, I'm scared. I'm afraid. Then why didn't you do the right thing? Why didn't you take the right decision? Decision that is going to favor you. Decision that will favor you, favor your family, and favor your loved one. Decision that will at least make you to have rest of mind. Because as it is right now, a lot of people cannot even go to their workplace anymore. Like, for how long are you going to keep on hiding? For how long? Just imagine this woman went to the school, unknowing to her that the eyes came for her. Maybe they have been waiting for her. Maybe they have been waiting for the right time. Maybe somebody called the eyes on her. Yeah, because oh my god, I don't even know what to say. Like, I just wish you guys did not do this. I just wish, because all these tears I have been seeing, all this lamenting, like, is getting me so emotional, and there is nothing we can do. Yeah, so the only thing that is going to happen right now is in fact, guys, I'm lack of words. Just imagine adults, a grown-up man voting against their own interests. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what are your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I'm just going to be right there waiting for you guys. Don't forget to smash on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in case you haven't done that already. So guys, you stay tuned and hope to see you guys in my next episode. Bye.